ways to experience this. The headsets I mentioned. You've got mobile via what's called Magic Window, which means I can move my phone around as if I'm there and look through the phone to see this virtual world. And then desktop computers have some functionality there too. You've seen Google Street View and things like that where you can sort of walk around and things like that. So very, very important to see that this is coming and try to think, how could this apply to me? Maybe I'm not a realtor, but maybe I could do something interactive to show. Maybe I'm a mover and I could show a loaded truck, with all the nice furniture and things you have, and you can walk through the truck and say, wow, I like how this is loaded, looks very professional, I'm gonna sign up with these folks. This is something that you're not behind on necessarily yet, but really be cognizant of how quick it's coming. Think about how VR can help you and what we can do to facilitate that. So I want to take a quick moment to this is sort of an aside to all this. We mentioned how important mobile is and how much interaction we're getting through mobile, more than half of all internet. On the SEO side, on the optimization side, the organic side, we're very close to making a big change there in the Google world. Right now, when you search Google for a product or a service, it's going to rank the results by the desktop website experience. So however your site looks, the quality of it, how quick it is, right now that's all based on your desktop version. And there's not a hard date for this now, but it's public information. Very soon we're moving to a ranking system that shows you based on your mobile experience. If you're not ready for this, when this happens, it's going to hurt you because, again, we're not wanting to cater to that desktop user anymore. We know that that's a very small portion of what we're really looking at. So we want to make sure that we're prepared with a mobile first, not a mobile friendly or a mobile compatible mentality. Very few businesses are not using more mobile as far as their consumers than desktop. So it's very important to recognize that the world's changing and we're changing with it, which means our whole search interface is really going to be catering to this mobile consumer rather than that desktop experience. So if you've been sort of averse to this change, well, I get a lot of people on my desktop and I don't think mobile's good for my business. There's probably some numbers we could show you that would say otherwise. So just keep that in mind. Mobile first, not mobile friendly. So why would you want to use Google for all this stuff? In the marketing world, we see a major disparity right now. On the left, we have media consumption. So 43% of our consumption is done through digital devices. And we still watch a lot of television. It's still very important to us. It's not going away anytime soon. Radio, with satellite radio, has really stayed relevant and has a lot of really good content now as well. But we do see newspapers and magazines as far as what we're consuming. They're somewhat relegated to the desktop of the doctor's offices and things like that, waiting rooms. Not as impactful for what we're usually looking to do. Now on the right, this is what we're actually spending, the advertisers, the marketing world, 25% digital. So we're under-investing in digital, our companies are. We're pretty much lined up with TV and radio, actually, but we still have some archaic media buys going to magazines and newspapers. And look, if you can track the ROI, the value of a magazine or newspaper buy, then keep doing it. By all means, if you can prove that it's working, of course you would want to keep doing it. The problem is there's not a lot of measurability. There's not a lot of transparency there. If I have a Geico billboard on the side of the highway, hundreds of thousands of people drive by that every day. How many of them call the number? I don't really know. I paid $5,000 a month for the billboard, and I'm getting business. I can't really attribute it. I'm not sure how. Digital, you can watch every penny. You can see where everything's trending, where everything came from, where they went afterwards. All these great pieces of data. You just don't have in some of these other channels. So again, if you can get measurement, great, but it's very likely that it's not there. And that's where we urge you to make that shift into digital advertising, where it's very, very measurable. It's akin to having that billboard come up out of the ground only when someone who's been searching for insurance or just had insurance expire drives by that. Rather than hitting the mass, if it was $5,000 a month, I want to make sure that anyone that sees this is somewhat qualified. We have such great targeting now that you don't have to buy a 6-month magazine buy and hope it works, and maybe your inventory runs out 4 months in, you're kind of stuck with that magazine. If it's digital, you can make a change today. And tomorrow I want to go around the world with a new slogan or a new product. Great, let's do it. It can happen very quickly. So we just want to kind of align the things that we're doing with the things that we're spending money on the advertising side. And that's kind of why we're here. So Google has a lot of properties with a lot of users. Up top here we have Google Search, a little Android guy, Google Shopping, Google Play Store. Google Chrome is an amazing browser if you don't use it yet. Google Maps, we're doing a lot of things in the last year and in the next year to give a lot of local functionality to Maps. You'll see little ads and things that are not obtrusive, but very good. And then YouTube. YouTube's a very, very good platform as well. And I'm going to show a quick, fun little video right now, 2 slides from now, that really details what YouTube can look like for a small business today. But first I'll mention that it's the 2nd largest search engine in the world now. People have gone to, I'm looking for cat videos on YouTube and I need to find lunch, but I don't even want to open another window. I'm so spoiled, I'm just going to keep looking on YouTube. Or I'm looking for a car and I want to see a lot of performance videos and I want to see reviews from people. YouTube has become the 2nd largest search engine because of that kind of search activity. So here's what it can do for a small business, and you may recognize this video. Can we click that black spot? This video stopped being live in December, so we. No? Okay.